Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome in to a Friday Best Bets edition of Snaps, where Aaron Murray and myself hand you winners. I am your host of Snaps each and every day here on the Volume Sports Network, T-Bob Hebert, joined by your other host of Snaps every single day here on the Volume Sports Network, Aaron Murray, SEC great record holder. And look, we're coming off of a very strong week last week. Almost hit the 6-0 parlay. Who held us back? Who was it? Who screwed us? I can't remember.
Who was it? Was it Georgia? Was it Georgia, Florida, the over? I think we had the under. It went over. I think that's what the 6th one was. So yeah, 5-1 though.
Was
T-Bob's back, ladies and gentlemen. T-Bob is back in the saddle, and the first thing he said today before we got on the show is, "My goodness, am I feeling the board this week?" So hold on tight.
Love it.
Because
saw like 17 bets that I just absolutely love. I love it so much that my bigger point of consternation has not been finding 3. It's been choosing the best 3 because I like so many of these bets. And I love your bets this week as well, which we've already put on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, promo code SNAPS. Got some incredible deals. I lost a lot of money on the NBA last night in a heartbreaker, but it's pretty cool because I now have 3 months of League Pass. So there you go. You bet $5 an NBA game, new or old customer, you get 3 months of League Pass. It's awesome. And again, I mean, Texans, Eagles, wow. Jalen Hurts and those Eagles, man, they just can't be stopped, dude. Is there a more random matchup in the NFL, though, than Texans-Eagles? Like, it feels about as just kind of mishmashy as you can get. All right, focus, T-Bob. Focus in. My bad. Okay, here we are. Best bets after last week. I went from 9-15, 3-0, 12-15. Love to see it. Aaron, you were 14-10. So what are we now? 16-11?
Yeah, 16-11 now. So well over that 500 mark. So T-Bob, we have an opportunity. We go back-to-back 3-0 weekends and get you back to even territory. This is a big week for you. We're scratching and clawing our way. Listen, the best bettors get going and get hot at the end of the season because you've had enough data points, you've watched enough film. This is when you really know what a team looks like. It's hard to bet, especially on college. It's hard to bet early in the season. You just have no idea what some of these teams are going to end up looking like. So this is when the real money starts going. This is when a man like T-Bob starts getting more and more of those 3-0 weekends. So let's go.
The best better, like you said. I agree. I completely agree. And which is why y'all are all going to be sketched out by my first best bet of the week, because this is a blind, this is a completely blind system play here, Aaron Murray. And it is Washington at home against Oregon State, the Huskies -4.5. Despite the fact that Oregon State is both in the CFP top 25, they're in the AP top 25. That is the very reason why I am playing this. This line stinks to high heaven. We said it before LSU Ole Miss. Anytime you have a ranked team that is on the road that is a dog to an unranked team. Now, Ole Miss was even worse, being that they were top 10. But the point is, you just blind play these, and they hit like 80 or some percent of the time. So trust the system. And never forget, Aaron, my last 3-0 week started thanks to this exact situation. Michigan State on the road at Washington. Washington favored. And that's when I also handed you the small Penix pump parlay, which hit. Okay, so we're trusting Penix in the Huskies. -4.5 system play engaged.
I like it. All right, my first best bet of the week, and I feel so damn confident about this one. Like, I saw this line, and I'm like, this is easy money. Like, what are we doing here? Clemson -3.5 versus Notre Dame, and they're like, oh well, guess what? DJ, you got benched a week ago. Aaron, how do you have any faith in Clemson? Clemson's not very good. All you and T-Bob do is bitch on snaps about how Clemson is not a good football team. I get that. Yes, we do bitch and moan about how Clemson's overrated and they should not be the number 4 team in the country. But Notre Dame's just not a very good football team this season. They're getting better. They've looked good at times. But I'm going to throw some stats at you that are going to reassure you why I'm rolling with the Tigers on the road this weekend. First things first, they're coming off a bye. They've had an opportunity to figure out what the hell went wrong with DJU a week ago. And I thought DJU honestly has played well this season. And especially on the road. His best 2 games have been away from Tiger Stadium. At FSU, had 3 touchdowns. And then we all remember the game versus Wake Forest, had 5 touchdowns. So maybe the guy just doesn't feel the heat as much being in front of all the Clemson fans that want to see him get benched. Sometimes it's just good to get out of your home territory, get on the road, go out there, us against the world mentality. And like I said, he just played better on the road this year. So I have confidence in that. And then you look at Notre Dame. They've struggled mightily on offense this season. They've got the run game going a little bit, but you're going against Clemson. And Clemson's giving up less than 90 yards per game on the ground. I think Clemson's defense is going to suffocate Notre Dame. I think they're going to make them one-dimensional. This is a Notre Dame team that does not want to throw the football. So for all those reasons, I think Clemson actually dominates this football game. Would not be surprised if you see them win by double digits. This is one of their rare games where they get the circle on their calendar like, oh, this is one of 2 games that we actually have to get up for and play hard. Okay, let's go do it. Coming off a bye week, we feel fresh. So I think they dominate this football game. Take Clemson with a 3.5.
Aaron, I am not being rude. I have gotten out my phone to place a large bet on Clemson. That was the most convincing argument that I've heard. And look, that's how easy it is on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Okay. I mean, I just got out of bam, done. Easy money.
Boom.
Unless you live in a state where you can't do that. My next best bet of the week is an odd one because this is a team that I was crapping on before the year. It's a team that I faded. It's a team that a lot of people believed in, and it's a team that is in a rough spot right now, and that is the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky at Mizzou. I know they may come up a bit later in a different context in this show, but look, I love Mizzou's defense. You've talked a lot about how good they are, Aaron. Their defensive coordinator, Blake Baker, was fantastic for LSU as his linebackers coach this year. He's doing an awesome job. And so, like, I really like this Mizzou team. But if you are Kentucky, Mark Stoops, you cannot afford to lose this game. Will Levis, you're still top 4 on Mel Kiper's big board. And I know you'll probably stay there because the NFL doesn't care as much about wins or losses, but you got to do something. You got to prove it. You got Christian, like you were maybe thought to be the second best team in the East. And I know Kentucky looked awful against Tennessee, but Missouri ain't Tennessee. Okay. And so I think we've maybe rubber banded a bit too hard against Kentucky. And then I think this is a Kentucky football team that has okay players that through the years have gained a lot of confidence about where they should stand in the SEC hierarchy, and losing to Mizzou would erase all the strides that they have made over the years. So when I see a small number like -1.5, I don't care. They're on the road. Give me Kentucky, the Wildcats, -1.5 at Mizzou.
I like it. There's a lot of pressure for Kentucky to perform this game. That's why I'm going to stick on this game as well. Missouri versus Kentucky, over under 40.5 right now on FanDuel. I think this game goes over. And I know both defenses have played well, and I know I talked about how good Missouri's defense is, but 40.5 points, really?
It's nothing.
Like that's just that is so low. I do not feel comfortable going under. And you know how much I love a good under. I feel like I'm like 5-1 this year when I do bet the under.
Aaron Murray's unders are incredible. He does not miss unders.
I do not miss unders, but so I'm going to challenge myself and see if I can get an over for once. And I just, this one's screaming to me. Will Levis last week was horrendous. 3 interceptions. You know, the thought process of, hey, we have to go out there and match Tennessee, and the production of Tennessee, I think, got to him in that side of the football. A little bit easier task this week of understanding, like, hey, Missouri's not Tennessee when it comes to the offense. We can just play our game, get Rodriguez going like he did 2 weeks ago, allow these young receivers to continue to develop on the outside. I don't think this game's going to be in the 50s or 60s, but I could see it being like a 24-20 game. And you look at Missouri on their side of the football too, you know, they're gaining confidence on offense. Their quarterback, Brady Cook's playing at a high level these past 2 weeks. It's just 2 offenses, or at least one offense, Missouri, that's getting better. and a Kentucky offense that the potential's there. You got a first-round quarterback. You got a really good running back. You got young receivers that are just getting their feet wet and improving every single week. They're going to have an opportunity to make some noise this football game. So still a low-scoring game, but give me the over 40.5.
Yeah, Will Levis, do something, dude. Okay, 13 touchdowns, 8 picks on the year. But you know what that means? That means he's due. All right, my last best bet of the week. I'll give a bonus play at the end. My last best bet of the week: Penn State minus 13.5 at Indiana. So Penn State gets dominated by Michigan State. They come out the next week against Minnesota. They win 42-17. They get dominated by Ohio State. Well, not even really dominated, to be frank. Like we said, Penn State actually won a lot of the box score, just too many turnovers at the end of the day. But they lose disappointingly to Ohio State once again. They're going to be pissed off. Indiana's not any good. It's a perfect game for Sean Clifford to try to flush those turnovers from last week. You will not have a pass rusher like the god that you faced last week that ends up with 2 picks, including a pick six, multiple sacks, a fumble forced, a fumble recovered. Like, it was the craziest defensive stat line of all time. Penn State's going to be hungry to immediately right the ship. And while James Franklin can't beat good teams, he is pretty damn good at consistently beating the bad teams. Okay, so Penn State minus 13.5. I feel great about this.
I like it. All right, my last best bet of the weekend. South Carolina, 6.5 point favorite over Vanderbilt. I would be concerned about this if South Carolina would have won last week, because we all know you play Vanderbilt, you tend to overlook them, especially going to Vanderbilt. It's a unique environment to play in because it's extremely dead, and it's actually more of a home game than an away game. But I think the loss last week kind of humbled South Carolina. It put them back into a place where, hey, we were riding high, 4 or 5 game win streak. We're feeling good about life. Spencer Rattler's progressing. And all of a sudden, boom, you get humbled at home versus Missouri. I still think this is a good South Carolina team. I think it's a team that can move the ball on offense. Spencer Rattler is getting better. That last week was obviously a minor glitch in the progress for him in the offense. But guess what? You're going against the worst defense in almost every category in the SEC this weekend versus Vanderbilt. So South Carolina's defenses look good over the past month and a half. The offense has had some really good moments. You're going against the worst defense in the SEC. I think they go in, and they're coming off a loss, so they're not going to overlook this opportunity to get back and get to winning football games, take advantage of this somewhat of a bye week versus the Commodores. I think South Carolina comes out there motivated, excited, and once again, determined to put last week behind them. So I'll take them at 6.5 point favorite right now.
Okay, that almost it feels so easy. I mean, the 6.5, just a touchdown win. I mean, guys, that's free money. Every week, Aaron Murray gives you free money, okay? Ride with the boys from Snaps. Actually, speaking of which, we decided before the show, right, we should start doing every week from our group, our ride or die, our Fast and Furious family pick of the week. We're on Kansas State, is that right? Has Paulie Walnuts put us with Deuce Vaughn and company?
I believe he has.
I do. Let me give one fun.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is just fun. Like if you have a couple bucks and you just want to have some fun on a flyer, a little parlay, a little 2-team parlay, and see what happens. I put a little bit of money. Sorry, I'm not. Once again, like I hate doing this. And I hate saying it. I'm just going to get blasted.
This is a bold take to put this out publicly because I know what this is.
Yeah, but this is just for fun. This is just purely for fun.
Sure.
I'll put a little money on it. See what happens. Tennessee, LSU, both money lines plus 1634. Plus 1634.
The double upset special. Aaron,
put a little juice on it. Just a little something. You could put like $20 on it and win like $300-$400.
Aaron, what is dogline.com gonna say? You're out here choosing Tennessee money line. Locked On Dogs is gonna eviscerate you.
This is a fun side bet. I still think Georgia's. I will say this once again. I'll say it on our show yesterday. Georgia is going to win the game,
Are you a DBD?
But this is just for fun.
Are you a DBD? A damn bad dog? Am I gonna have to punish you? Do I need to spank you? I will. Is there surely the main UJ message board is called the Dog Pound, right? Like
Dog Pound is that's the Cleveland Browns, I believe. We're the Dog Vent.
Oh, out of all the dog puns, you went with dog.
And it also costs money because I went to look up Aaron Murray slander so I could bring it up on the show, but it was not worth.
Did you?
Yes.
If
you did not think I was going to bring up the post of people making fun of you and scroll through it like we did the fucking Big Blazer boys.
The Big Blazer.
What do you think my job is?
Hey, Brom, you better just tell the volume not to create a post of me giving that parlay out. Like, we can just let that live on this show. People see it, then go from there. But we're not publicly putting that out there.
It's a little best bets Easter egg. Okay, I like that. As I secretly text dogvent.com. What you don't know is I've been lurking on Dogvent for years, Brum. Okay, other bets that I like real quick. UNC -7 I like. 7.5 is maybe a little odder. I mean, I would still say play it. They're at Virginia, but maybe just watch it. See if it moves back down to 7. I kind of doubt that it will. And again, our group ride this week, Kansas State +2.5 at home against Texas. We are off on Texas. Never again will you catch me trying to kick that football.
No. Another one that I like, Baylor is getting 3.5 at Oklahoma. And I just can't believe in Oklahoma this year. I just can't believe in Oklahoma this year. I'm sorry, even at home, like they're just not great on defense. And I've seen enough of good stuff from Baylor, and especially their offense, to know it's going to be a close game. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Baylor wins that game there in Norman. So that's another one. 3.5. I especially like that hook.
Aaron is rolling with Balake, Shapen. I just don't know what to make of Baylor. They've been very up and down, but I'll ride with you because you have a 16-11 best bets record. So that is pretty awesome. All right, boys. Thank you so much for joining us here. If you watch us, ride with us. We're getting better and better. Like Aaron said, the best bettors start to get, it's like Brian Kelly said, honestly. Okay. October's for pretenders, November's for contenders. Okay. And we're starting off hot this weekend. Huge thank you to Brum and the entire Volume Sports team. And remember to download the FanDuel Sportsbook app, promo code SNAPS. Please, please, please subscribe to the Snaps pod and like and review it. All that stuff helps. I know it's kind of annoying, but it really does help. And Brum, official plans for Saturday?
No amp. We're going to do no amp on Saturday. Just live after LSU Bama.
Yes, live after LSU Bama. It'll be a late one, I'm assuming, on Saturday night. And here's to hoping, boys. Here's to hoping. You know what I'm channeling this weekend? That scene from Mad Max when he spray paints his mouth chrome and just like to Valhalla. Yeah, that's me this weekend. Okay, to live, to die, to live again. Let's do it, boys. We'll see you Saturday night.